Mujahideen has allegedly threatened leaders in Jammu and Kashmir to get ready to face dire consequences if they do not stay away from political activities. This, as per Jammu and Kashmir police. Yes, this threat has been issued through a letter written in Urdu on the proscribed terror group's letterhead. The letter was addressed to Jammu and Kashmir Congress's Vice President and former Minister Raman Bhalla. The letter was delivered at the Congress office in Shahidi Chowk via post on Saturday afternoon. In fact, the letter contained the names of politicians from the Congress, the BJP, as well as other parties. A case under sections 121A pertaining to waging war against the government of India and 506, that's criminal intimidation of the IPC, has been slapped. Also, section 13, unlawful activities, 16 and 18, Terrorist Act of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Amendment Act 2019 has also been registered. As per sources, the Hizbul has referred to the killing of public representatives in the letter. We have with us three of those leaders, in fact, whose names have been mentioned in this letter, joining us on the broadcast. Sumit Peer is with us live, political analyst. We also have Dr. Nirmal Singh with us live. He's former Deputy CM of Jammu and Kashmir. Harshdev Singh of the Jammu Kashmir National Panthers Party. In fact, he's the president of the Jammu Kashmir National Panthers Party. Is with us live. His name was also in that list of leaders who's been threatened. And Raman Bhalla, former cabinet minister and vice president of the Jammu and Kashmir Congress Party, is also joining us live on the broadcast. Let me begin with you first, Harshdev Singh. Your name, of course, has been mentioned in that letter. How do you react to the contents of it? What really has been said in this thread, Harshdev Singh, and how do you respond to it? You'll have to unmute yourself, sir. Harshdev ji, you'll have to unmute yourself. आपको unmute करना पड़ेगा अपने आप को.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, we can.
Now, you see, we've been receiving threats from various organizations in the past as well, but no cognizance has ever been taken by the government, despite our repeated complaints to the government and the concerned authorities. No action whatsoever was taken, and nothing was done to provide due security to us. The fact of the matter is that the BJP leaders enjoy full-fledged security. They have been given escorts. They have been given a huge paraphernalia of security personnel. But the opposition leaders continue to be deprived of their security. And even now, I tell you that I am in Basantgarh area right now with just one PSO. And this is the area where 15 civilians were eliminated. They were brutally massacred by the militants. This is how the BJP government has been treating us in the past. They have divested us of our existing security after they came to power along with PDP. They formed the coalition. They divested us of security. And even thereafter, we have been making repeated representations, but nothing is being done. And in the fact of the matter is, even the BJP leaders have been threatening us that we will ensure that you are liquidated and you will not be allowed to raise your voice against what all is happening in Jammu and Kashmir, what they are doing. Whenever we try to expose these leaders for the irregularities they have committed in the past or what they are doing now, we are threatened. And you see, we are deprived of our security. This could be a conspiracy also. It's true that the militant organizations are after the lives of the politicians, but the BJP leadership also does not want the opposition leaders to survive or to grow or to come out in the public to, address the masses or interact with them. So, this could be a part of the conspiracy as well, which needs to be unearthed. Who all are responsible for it? And all those politicians who have been deprived of the security and belonging to the opposition in particular, the government is answerable to them because there have been killings also. In Kashmir, you'll find that several sarpanches have been killed, and we too have been assaulted. We have been attacked by the BJP people in the past. They have threatened to liquidate us. We have those video clips of the BJP leaders also threatening us of serious consequences and killing us rather, but nothing is being done. So this government is only for the BJP and the opposition leaders. You see the way they are treated, the most shabby treatment is being given to them, and this is, grave threats are hovering over our heads. And it is the BJP which is to explain to the people of Jammu and Kashmir that why is it that there are two sets of laws, one for the BJP and another for the opposition.
Okay. Dr. Nirmal Singh, come in there. You've heard from Harshdev Singh, Dr. Nirmal Singh. He's, of course, raising several allegations. He is saying that it's the BJP who is behind adequate security not being provided to leaders like him. He fears for his life, he's saying. Now he's been threatened by the Hizbul as well. So how do you respond to those charges being made by the JK-NPP, Dr. Singh? And also, how do you view this letter which has been shot off by the Hizbul as well? What should be read into the contents of the letter, sir? Nirmal Singh ji, if you can hear me, sir, you'll have to unmute yourself. Yes, sir. You can go ahead, sir.
Yes, I was listening to the leader of the opposition, Harshdev Singh. I must tell him that he should understand that it's a question of the security of all the people, because in that letter, the names of BJP leaders and other leaders, they are there. This is not the right time to politicize the issue. And unfortunately, he's leveling allegations against the BJP only. He must know that a large number of BJP workers have been killed in Kashmir, Wasim Wari and other people, they have been there. And similarly, all the leaders, they are under threat here in Jammu and Kashmir, whether it's Kashmir or Jammu. So this is the time when we must come together and see that the political activity that which is there, and in the forthcoming years, we'll see that activity, and the government is planning for that. So in that time, there's all the leaders, they get adequate security, and so that they go to the people. Moreover, this is not the new thing for us, all the people, because we are under threat. We are getting threatening calls also. Some of the leaders, they have been provided there's security. It includes almost all the opposition leaders also. So that's there. So far as providing...
because there should be no politics over security. There should be no politics over security, Dr. Singh.
Yes.
Better, and perhaps some of the other charges being made, and as you said, recent killings of BJP leaders as well, should warrant an overhaul of the security deployment and security assignment as well to political leaders. Perhaps the security setup...
that's the issue. That's the issue. That should be the basic issue for all of us.
Okay. Sumit Peer, come in there. Sumit, how do you see this letter which has been shot out by the Hizbul? What is their intention? And how do you react to this politics over security which is broken up?
I think, Uday, the point number one is, first of all, we should take this letter seriously, because you see, this letter is not meant for one politician or one party. It's according, across the political spectrum of J&K. So this includes BJP, Congress, Panthers Party, everybody. So that it should be taken seriously, and everybody should be given adequate security. Even if we have to give us a J&K police plus a CRPF cover, there are various levels of security. There are experts who will decide on that. That should be given to all. Because what I see this letter is a threat to the political process in J&K. This is done on the behest of ISI, because ISI through Hizbul realizes they are no match to the Indian security forces, and Hizbul cadre is depleting like, mangoes. So with this thing, what they are doing, it's a change in tactic. Now rather targeting army or Rashtriya Rifles, which they stand no match, let's try to threaten the politicians. You see people like Ravinder Rana ji, you see people like Jitendra Singh ji, who's a cabinet minister, is being threatened. Now the time has come, everybody get together, face this thing, have the security adequately, and our forces should go for the offensive. Eliminate these threats, eliminate the cause of this threat, eliminate the roots cause of this threat. That means even if you have to go after Sayyid Salahuddin in Pakistan, go and eliminate it for good. How many people how long can you protect? Because ISI will change tactics. So now this also means they are getting weak. That is why they are turning their guns and threats to the common politicians. For our Harshdev Singh ji, Nirmal Singh ji, all of them who are on this panel. Otherwise, because they realize there are no match to Indian army, they're depleting, he's under pressure, he's a Kashmiri living in Pakistan, he has no option but to perform. When it's a change of tactic, we have to be very careful in that. And Uday, in the last, there is no time to politicize security. Security, jaan sabki equal hai. BJP or Congress or everybody is equally important to the political process, and every leader is respected. So all should get adequate security. That's why I even said you might have additional CRPF cover and all, which whatever is required. Let experts decide. We should not get in this. We have to get united as a country and fight this. The time has come to eliminate the root cause, because they have taken it to the next level. Sending this letter is challenging the government of India to act, and act today decisively. Act decisively, eliminate them for good. Because else they will keep on sending these letters. How many people can you protect? Tomorrow, sarpanches, their families, we have seen Wasim Bari and his family getting eliminated. So it's not for one religion, it's not for one community, it's not for one party. It's across the spectrum, and we have to take it seriously. They are in their last phase of this terrorism, and they are getting desperate, they are increasing their ambit, but this is the time to hit them, and hit them with a decisive blow. That's my take on this, sir.
Okay. Dr. Nirmal Singh, do you believe Pakistan is getting scared, looking at how well India has handled the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, that now they are resorting to threats to politicians in this manner? Are they trying to once again prop up the Hizbul? Are they once again trying to scuttle the electoral process, given that now there will obviously be fresh elections in Jammu and Kashmir, new parties have come up, so once again the electoral process will begin. Obviously, Pakistan wants to scuttle that, and so does the Hizbul, which is a proxy of Pakistan.
Actually, that's the desperation of Pakistan, because the people of Jammu and Kashmir, including Kashmir, they have rejected this Pakistan so far as their approach to Jammu and Kashmir is concerned. Even in Kashmir, you'll find that after the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, the Kashmiri people, they are also for peace in Jammu and Kashmir. They are for democratic process. They want to have this political process here. Government is planning for elections. Delimitation Commission is there. Everything, democratic process is being this carried forward. That's the desperation of Pakistan. And now Pakistan, as usual, they are using Hizbul Mujahideen. That Hizbul which was almost eliminated from Kashmir. So these are just जिसको कहते हैं गीदड़ भभकियां वो दे रहे हैं. These threats, they are not new to us. We are facing them right from 1947. We are facing Pakistan. We are facing this terrorism. We have paid the cost also. But democratic process in Jammu and Kashmir won't stop here. India is not going to allow Pakistan to mess with Jammu and Kashmir, and you will see the end of terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. As you are saying that our army, our security forces, Jammu Kashmir police, they are taking them head on, and they are on the run. So this is just you can say desperation of Pakistan, which they are ventilating through this Hizbul Mujahideen.
Okay. Harshdev Singh, is this desperation of Pakistan? What is the intention behind this letter? Has it scared you, Harshdev Singh? And what would be your direct response to the Hizbul Mujahideen, sir, and to Pakistan and to their terrorists? I will get to the politics in just a second, Harshdev Singh, but bipartisan approach now. I want you to respond and tell Pakistan and the Hizbul and whoever else that you are not scared, and what you would like to say to them now.
You see, Pakistan has been doing it, for quite some time now. And blaming Pakistan each time will not serve a purpose. Pakistan has to be, replied back. And it has to be condemned. But then the government too has some responsibility. Because it's the government which assured us, you assured us, that as and when you come to power, there will be no such incidents, then militancy would be wiped out, and that you said that you were committed.
But Dr. Nirmal Singh is saying that you will be provided adequate security. You don't believe him?
The opposition leaders are being provided adequate security.
They have been saying it for
and if there is a need, there shall be provided more security. No problem for that. They must approach the government.
No. Just let me complete my point. First, I said that Pakistan has to be responded appropriately. But at the same time, the government has got to understand that they are also answerable for the present situation, that exists as on date, they were responsible for ensuring normalcy in Jammu and Kashmir because they promised that as and when they come to power, there'll be peace, there'll be normalcy, which they have not been able to ensure. And particularly with respect to the opposition leaders, I made a point only because two sets of laws are being, being employed in Jammu and Kashmir, one for the opposition and other for the ruling party.
While he's telling a lie. He's telling a lie.
They have all security.
You see the ex-chief ministers, the ministers, other leaders, they are provided security. And if there is a requirement, they must be provided more security. Government is not discriminating. That's very clear.
Listen to me, Mr. Nilman Singh. You didn't listen to me.
You are leveling false allegations. You are misleading the people.
That I am here at the moment in Basantgarh where 15 people were killed in the past.
Yeah, I know it. I know Basantgarh. I know Basantgarh.
And you are sitting in your homes.
Please, don't politicize the issue. You must ask the government to provide more safety to the opposition and other leaders. It's a common issue. It's a common issue.
How you are treating the opposition leaders.
This is for all. This is for the democratic process. This is for the security of the nation. This is for everybody, not only leaders. Even general masses, they must be provided security.
BJP leaders seem to be.
No. You are, as usual, you are telling a lie. As usual, you are telling a lie. You are misleading people. You are leveling false allegations. That's your habit. And you are leveling false allegations. That's your habit.
Knows what you are.
Please, Harshdev ji, don't politicize the issue. This is a common cause. If somebody is not provided adequate issue, we'll also request him. Just now, an hour back, I talked to the LG Saab. I requested him that you please provide adequate security to all the people, not only BJP. But everybody, even Harshdev Singh ji also. No problem for that.
Forget Mr. Nirmal Singh. That's what has been happening in the past as well.
Oh, no. You are habitual of leveling false allegations. You are only politicizing the thing. Don't politicize it. Every forum is not politics. Every forum is not politics.
I have been complaining
Please, Harshdev ji, you are a senior person. You are a senior person. You were the minister. We have seen you working there. So don't do it. Don't do it. It's the question of the security of the nation. It's the question of the security of general masses also. No, please don't do it.
What you have been doing? You tell me, how many security personnel do you have?
You are habitual of doing that.
No. You have been an MLA for only 3 years. You have 20 people to guard your house. You have 20 people to escort you.
Harshdev Singh, come on. Let's not start doing competition on who has how many police officers. Everyone needs adequate security, no doubt.
Yes. General Masters also
deserves it, should get security. And there's no doubt, Harshdev Singh, that there have been BJP leaders also who have been killed recently. We've all seen it.
I understand.
How leaders linked with the BJP have also been killed. So they need security, so do you, so do the others. There's no
everybody needs
only.
Yes, that's very true. That everybody needs true, and that's what the government needs to understand. You see,
okay,
MLA
it's all right.
18 years.
Talk like this.
Just listen.
That should be your approach.
Listen to me.
It should be your approach.
Listen to me.
It should be your approach.
MLA for 18 years.
Don't shout, please. Don't shout.
You are habitual of shouting. For 18 years. You don't understand.
You are always habitual of leveling this false allegation. Don't politicize it. It's a common issue. It's a question of the security of the people.
As well.
Please.
I've been MLA for 18 years. I've been a minister. I am heading a recognized political party. And I've been given one PSO.
You ask for your security. You ask for your security. You ask for the security of the general masses also. We are talking about all the leaders. We are talking about all the leaders, including opposition.
Mr. Nirmal Singh, have patience to listen. I said,
we are listening to you. I'm the first thing I'm discussing with you. I never talk.
Per person, 10 PSOs for small workers.
Okay.
For village level workers.
Sumit Peer wants to come in. Let's allow him. Sumit also wants to come in. Let's allow him. Sumit Peer.
Uday, my point is very simple. Every human life is important and everybody should get an equal and adequate security. Threat perception changes. Before this letter, the threat perception was something else. After the letter, threat perception is something else. Or before I intel, threat perception is we have even security people from SPG taken to Z plus and from Z to Z plus, right? Security changes, right? Everybody should get adequate level of security, and everybody will get. In India, one thing we cannot accuse any government till date is giving adequate security to everybody. No government has played with the security of any leader in this country. Look, for last 60 years, it has not happened. And Uday, when these things come in the media, it becomes a national talking point. So there is no way that anybody after this letter will not get the security. That is done and dusted. But my point is, you have to look at the cause of this, because people like Salahuddin are desperate. He is the head of United Jihad Council, which has 13 organizations around it. And this United Jihad Council, Uday, is responsible for 60% of the total killings in J&K. So we have to, after giving security to our people, we have to also look how to neutralize this threat. Because these people are getting desperate and they are going for the politicians and the civilians now. Even if you give security to politicians, then they will turn to civilians. How do you stop them? The time for a decisive action has come. The time to eliminate such threats has permanently come, because they are rattled. The people of Kashmir are giving the intel about them. Because people of Kashmir want peace. They are tired of this 30 years of terrorism, extortion, and what all has not happened in Kashmir in names of this terrorism. So people of J&K want peace, they want prosperity. India wants peace. India wants proper prosperity. We want to get over this, and we have to get together, Uday, all leaders, civilians, everybody, you, me, to defeat the nefarious designs of Pakistan. We cannot let Pakistan and its proxies, maybe it be Salahuddin or anybody else. Today it's Salahuddin, today will be somebody, tomorrow it will be somebody else, to succeed. We have done this for enough years. Time to get together and break them and say we are all united. We will fight you out and we are not scared of you. हम आपसे डरते नहीं हैं, हम हिंदुस्तानी आपसे डरने वाले नहीं हैं. आप 30 साल से कोशिश कर रहे हो. What have you achieved? So we're not going to be scared. But important is unity. Important is unity.
And that's why, Dr. Singh, it's not just BJP who's been named in this letter or Congress. It's a host of politicians.
All politicians, right?
Yes, Dr. Nirmal Singh.
Definitely. Because for Pakistan, for hijab, everybody is equal. Whether it's BJP, Congress, other people, they are equal for them, because they are threatening the very existence of this India. They are threatening the democratic process. We leaders, we represent the people. They are for their role jihad. They are for jihad.
Okay.
They want Islamic rule here. So
Okay.
that's the issue.
Okay.
That's the issue. And we must be united on this
What are
issue.
you talking, Mr.
Absolutely.
Nirmal Singh? What are you talking?
Harshdev Singh?
Yeah. You see, I'd like to emphasize
Okay.
on one
I'm being
point.
told I'm completely out of time, Harshdev ji, so I'm going to have to leave it at that. My thanks to all of our guests for joining us on this debate. We're completely out of time.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.